Android has come a long way since its release 12 years ago. The latest version, Oreo, is really well designed and works well on smartphones and tablets alike. But those aren't the only platforms that Android supports. Thanks to the efforts of the Android x86 project, you can also run Android on your PC or laptop. While you don't have a touchscreen, Android x86 supports most keyboards, mice and wireless cards out of the box, so you can use your PC as you would normally. If you want to try out Android on your PC, it's not that hard and doesn't take too long either. This video will walk you through the process, from downloading Android all the way to starting up Android for the first time. You'll only need a PC, a USB drive and a wireless network. Of course, the process isn't without risk. It is possible to make a wrong turn and end up erasing your data, so perform a backup and read through the instructions before you begin. We're not responsible for any damages caused by following these instructions, so proceed with caution. With that said, let's begin. You need to download two things. First thing we need to do is download the Android x86 image, and we need to download an application called Rufus. The first thing you'll need to do is download the Android x86 ISO file to your computer. You don't have to do this on PC that you're installing onto, any PC will do. Download Android x86 here. You'll want to look for the section that is labeled Android x86 8.1. There are a few options available here, but I've had the most success with the Asus EPC family version, which should work on any PC. Download the ISO file to your computer, make note of its location, then move on to Step 2. Step 2. Copy the ISO file to the USB drive. Now that you've got the Android x86 ISO file downloaded, we need to copy it to a USB drive and make the drive bootable. There's a useful tool which can accomplish both of these objectives for us called Rufus. Rufus will take care of everything for me, so let's download it now. Also remember to insert your USB drive. Run Rufus once you've downloaded it. Ignore the top part of the window, just click on the button with the three dots on the right-hand side near the bottom and select the ISO file you downloaded earlier. Then, move down to the bottom of the window and select your USB drive from the drop-down menu labeled Drive. You'll be prompted to wipe the USB drive before you begin, so make sure there's nothing important on there. A window will appear once you hit OK, showing the progress of the operation. When it's done, you'll be asked if you want to reboot your PC. Hit No, then safely remove the USB drive from your PC and insert it into your netbook. Let's head on to Step 3. Step 3. Boot the Android x86 installer from the USB drive. Now we'll just need to boot from that USB drive we've prepared, and that means changing your boot priority in your PC's BIOS. If you haven't done this before, you'll need to press a certain key immediately upon booting, usually an F key, e.g. F1, F2, or delete. If you're not sure or don't see one specified when you start your PC, just Google for the model of your PC and the phrase BIOS key, and you should find it. Once you're in the BIOS, you'll need to find the section labeled Boot Priority or Boot Order, then set the USB drive to be booted from first. Again, if you're not sure, then your motherboard manual or Google can help you out here. Once you've set the boot priority, save your changes and reboot. Now the netbook should boot into the Android x86 installer. After a bit of preparation, you'll see the screen below, giving you two main options. Boot into a live CD, allowing you to test Android on your PC without installing, or install Android to your PC. It's a good idea to choose the first option and make sure everything works: wireless, keyboard, mouse, display, etc. If everything seems to be okay and you can progress to the desktop without problems, then you can reboot and get to the installer again, and this time choose the Install Android to Hard Drive option. Once you've done this and confirmed everything works, move on to Step 4. Install Android x86. The first thing you'll have to do is choose where to install Android. If you're happy to wipe the PC clean, then go ahead and delete all partitions, then create a new NTFS partition. If you'd like to keep your data, then you can also choose to install to a Windows NTFS partition. If Windows is installed there, then you'll be able to choose between the two operating systems when starting your computer. Once you've chosen a drive and partition, you're asked if you'd like to make a directory both read and write. This isn't a massive deal, but you may as well choose yes. You're also asked for the size of your Android installation. Go ahead and choose the maximum of 2047 megabytes. The operation will take some time, so it might be a good opportunity to grab a tea now. Once it's done, you're given the option of creating a virtual SD card or booting into Android. Feel free to do so if you like, although it's not essential by any means. Then proceed into booting into Android and Step 5. Remember to remove the USB drive once you've begun the rebooting process. Step 5. Running Android x86. Now Android should be installed. Choose to boot Android x86 if given the option, then wait a bit. After some white on black text and a pulsating Android logo, you'll finally be there. Android x86. You'll be asked to answer a few questions as normal: language, location and time. You'll also need to connect to a wireless network at this stage in order to sign in with your Google ID and gain access to the Android marketplace. Of course, you can also create a new Google account if you haven't got one yet or you'd like a fresh one. Once this brief process is over, you're into Oreo for real. Feel free to download new apps from the Google Play Marketplace or try out some of the amusing games that come pre-installed. If nothing crashes, then you've made it. Congratulations.